Hello everyone, and welcome back to this Next.js and Contentful tutorial series. In the previous video, we saw how to create a webhook in Contentful that will send a message like a post notification to Vercel to do a deployment as soon as the data change. So in this video, our attention is now focused on Contentful, how to achieve the same thing in Contentful. But if you didn't watch that video, basically the idea is when we have our data displayed in the front end, when the data change, we want to be able to reflect those changes in the front end. And one way to do that, which is which was the topic of the previous videos, is to rely on incremental static regeneration, which basically tells is by using this parameter here, revalidate, and adding 5 seconds or 1 second or 10 depending on your use case. Next.js will rebuild these pages at most once every 5 seconds. Okay, so that's one way of making sure that your pages are fresh with the latest data from the CMS or the database. Okay, and also using fallback pages like we saw in the earlier videos. That's one way of doing things. Another way is also to rely on webhooks. Okay, and trigger a message from your CMS as soon as data change to tell your hosting platform to rebuild the platform, to rebuild the app or the site as soon as that webhook is being received. Okay, we talked about the drawback in the previous video with Vercel, and it's the same drawback here with Netlify, namely with incremental static regeneration. Although you have more granularity, you have more first of all, the pro is that you have more granularity in terms of which page get recreated. You don't recreate every single page of your application as soon as a tiny change happens in your data layer. Namely, let's say here, like if we change this job, we change the title just a little bit. We have here on this application, we have 7 job pages. We have 3 companies, so that's 10 together, and with the home page, that's 11 pages, right? So when the title of the job changes, right, with the webhook approach, all these pages are going to be recreated. All the 11 pages are going to be recreated. Whereas with the incremental static regeneration, only the page that needs rebuilding, for which the data changed, is going to be recreated, right? So you're more granular, but nonetheless, webhooks are a great approach. In some cases, the best way to go. So that's why we need to cover that. It's worldwide to have a look at it. And in this video, we see how to use webhook and connect webhook in Contentful with deploy hooks in Netlify. So let's create a deploy hook here. I think you have to go to, we can click on our app, okay, and then we go to site settings, I think, yeah, and we go to build and deploy, and we go to build hooks, exactly. So we create a hook here. We're gonna say React, to changes in Contentful data, okay. And the main live branch is the branch that we're considering in this project, right? We copy this, that's our webhook link, fantastic. Then we go here to Contentful, and then we click here on webhooks. Last time we clicked on Vercel, now we do it for Netlify. Very good. We click here, we add the link, click here, and then we configure it. Obviously, we have all the potential triggers here. We don't want to trigger for everything, it's just too much. We don't want to trigger a rebuild when we add a new entity or a new content model, right? That's just wasting of our resources. But however, we want to rebuild as soon as we publish a new data, as soon as we unpublish something, or as soon as we delete something, okay? And that's it. We have our webhook that will trigger the message to Netlify to rebuild our app. And let's do that right now by changing something here. Let's first go back to the page here and look at the deploys. So now we don't have anything being deployed at the moment, but as soon as I change the title of this job, I will change it back to CSS, Tailwind CSS, like it was before, and I publish, bingo, the build is gonna start here in a minute, in a second. Okay, so you see, voila, right? So now it's building again, it's rebuilding in the pages, and again, like I said, the drawback is that with the webhook approach, all the pages are going to be recreated, all of them, which is the con compared to having it done via incremental static regeneration. I won't wait for this to complete. This is the end of this tutorial series. If you really enjoyed it, like I did, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe to the channel. And if you're a company looking at these technologies for a potential project, please give us a call. We love talking to you. We know what we're doing. As you can see from this tutorial, we are expert at this kind of stuff, and we like to write great code, reusable code, readable code, and beautiful UIs. So thank you very much. It has been a pleasure for me, and I hope it was as well for you. Thank you. Bye.